Hi everyone, welcome back to LFO Deco. Today we're going to be making some origami paper coasters. The other day I found these on Amazon. It's a whole set of beautiful Japanese design origami paper. And here are all the designs. And I ended up making these coasters that I will be teaching you how to today. The design of these it's the origami paper, and then I chose a color that would match the paper for the rims and the back. So before we get started, I did a small test. When it comes to paper and resin, your biggest concern would be the resin seeping into the paper and making it look awful, like these. So these were two of the designs, and these are just paper, resin on top of the paper. No protecting whatsoever. Let me see if I can find the original design for you. So the original color looks like this, and this is what it turns out. Okay, so our first step will be laminating these paper, and then we'll go on with making the coasters. To begin, we're going to cut the paper to size and then laminate them. First, let me just show off all the beautiful designs in this box. I just want to laminate all of them right now, but I can only pick 4 because my laminating pouch only fits 4 4-inch coasters. I chose designs with all different colors just to play around with. Here I chose a red one, a blue one, a yellow one, and a flowery one. Let me just put this all away and then we can get started with the process. Most coasters are about 4 inches, and I was able to find a giant 4-inch circle paper puncher on Amazon, which is perfect for this project. Now I am just lining up the paper to punch out the part of the design I want for the coaster. Once I have all of my circles punched out, I will laminate them. I am using a mink laminator. A regular laminator will work just fine. I placed the paper in the laminating pouch as such, making sure there's enough space for me to cut the circles out after it's been laminated. I then put this laminating pouch into another pouch that came with the mink. I'm not exactly sure what this pouch does, but I just use it anyways. Now we run it through the machine when it's ready. For the mink, you saw how the light on the 3 was blinking red to green. Once it's green, that's how I knew it was ready. Remove it from the pouch, and here we have it, our laminated origami paper. We're just going to cut them to size to make sure they fit in the mold. When you cut, be careful not to cut too close to the paper, or else it could create an opening for the resin to seep through and ruin it. Once they're all cut, we're ready to go. For the resin port, we are doing a total of 3 layers for these coasters. For the first layer, we are just going to do a colored rim. This helps to hide the plastic around the edge of the laminated paper. I only have 2 of these coaster molds, so I chose the blue and yellow design to work with first. To match these designs, I went with the turquoise blue and royal gold, both from Mayspring. We just mix the mica pigments into resin, and we're using Total Boat's high performance slow resin, and we pour into the rim. Use a heat gun to pop any bubbles that show up. We'll give it a few hours to harden, and then we'll be back for the second layer. For the second layer, we are just pouring clear resin and placing the paper into it. Spread the resin to make sure the whole thing is covered so there won't be any giant holes in the front of the piece. I'm pressing down on the paper to make sure the bubbles are getting pushed to the surface. I'm using the mixing stick to spread the resin over the top to make sure the whole thing is covered, and press on the sides to get the bubbles that are trapped underneath. Now for the final layer, it's going to be the same as the first layer, but instead of the rim, this is the back. You won't see this from the front, but it probably will make the piece seem a bit more complete. I'm just using the same colors as the rim. Time to demold! Look at how cute these turned out. There are some bubbles and uneven texture on the surface, but we'll take care of that with the dome coat. And this one too. These are so cute. I'm gonna have to use the other 2 origami papers like right now. Okay, now we're using our Total Boat tabletop resin for the dome coat, and we're just pouring a little bit in the middle and then spreading it out. This way it doesn't spill over the rim and we don't ruin the bottom of the coasters because they're not protected with anything. Here I realized I poured a little bit too much, so I'm just scooping it back into the cup. That way it doesn't seem like the tray part is missing and it's just a flat coaster. So now it's been some hours later, at least 12, and let's take these coasters outside and look at them closely. Look at how shiny that dome coat made these coasters. The surface is all evened out, and now we can use them as coasters. So I keep calling them coasters, but they can definitely serve as trinket trays as well. I'm just placing some earrings I made, for example. They're also available in my shop if you like it. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm definitely going to be using this technique and origami paper in future projects. I'll see you next time.